In this video, I'm going to do a quick run through of how to attach our jeans hardware. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the buttonhole. For this step, I love using the Clover Buttonhole cutter as it's really easy to use. Before we get started, let's just undo the zipper so we can easily place the section we'll be working with over the cutting mat, like this. So using the buttonhole cutter, position it carefully so you avoid cutting any of the stitches, and then push down really hard to pierce through the denim. See how that's cut? So we just want to extend that opening by cutting a bit more with the chisel a couple of times in like a V shape because of the shape of this buttonhole. Give it a good push so you can pierce all the way through. And now that's done, you might have a bit of extra fabric hanging out. So just use your scissors to cut it away and tidy things up. And here's a buttonhole, ready for the button. Just check that the button can fit through the hole. It's good if it's a bit tighter like this, and there you go. Using a fabric pencil, mark through the buttonhole so you know where to position your button. Using the fabric pencil again, let's mark where the rivets are going to go. Now in ready-to-wear, they are typically only on the front pockets of jeans and not on the back pockets. So I'll just mark a couple now, but you would repeat this process for all of the rivets. Using the awl, create holes where you have just marked. Line up the end of your awl with your marking and push through by twisting the awl through the denim. It will feel tight, but that's okay. This creates a nice clean hole. I'll just show you again over here. This is just a bit of a tricky spot, so be careful with the placement of your fingers. And there's your hole. In the jeans kit, there are two different lengths for the rivet nails. In most cases, you will be using the shorter nails, but wherever there's more layers of denim or really thick denim, go with the longer nails. For example, the coin pockets. Here, I'm using the short nail. Now, bring the anvil over and with the smooth side facing up, pop your nail over the top. Grab your rivet and have a think about where the KATM will be placed. I like to make sure it's diagonal, but that's just a personal preference. When you're happy with the position, get the setter that's been designed for the rivet and place it on top. Hold it firmly and give it some good whacks with a hammer. You will know the rivet is set because it can't be pulled off. And if it's not in properly, you either need to hit it harder, or if the denim is really thick, you might need to use the longer nail. Just like we did for our rivet nails, we're going to pierce a hole through the denim for the button. The button nail isn't smooth like the rivet nail, it has these little rings that grip to the inside of the button. We're now going to feed the button nail through the hole, going from the underside of the jeans through to the top, so we can see the pointy end. Push the denim right down to the base of the nail so that all the rings are exposed. That's looking good, so let's get the button attached. To do this, get your anvil, but flip it over so that the recessed side is facing up. Before we place our button in the anvil, make sure the KATM is in the right place. Just make a note of it being off to the side like this. And now we can flip our jeans over so that the nail is pointing down toward the button. Get the end of the nail in the hole and then position the button setter on top. What you are trying to achieve is a tight connection between the nail and the button with the fabric compressed in the middle. So using your hammer, give it some good whacks like this. And if it doesn't work the first time, you can just whack it some more to make sure it's all the way in. Okay, let's see what it's like. Yep, that's a good connection. I'm going to zip this up and feed the button through. As mentioned before, it's better if the hole is a bit tighter in the beginning because over time your buttonhole will stretch. And there you have it. You've got all your jeans hardware in place. And doesn't it look great? So professional.